What is it?
It's lip tarts. I am going to destroy their false ideology and Marxist thought.
Oh!
Hello everybody, it's Kivit and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be talking about another 3 nouns of 3 categories. So, after a short break for the Christmas, the greatest celebration, the greatest event in the year, I am back with more nouns and categories for Lingsoph to destroy and obliterate possibility, even a slight possibility of a communist diaspora in wide world. So let's start with something positive which everybody has. Dog. You know, dog is of a category he and she. You might say, oh, dog is nice, but well, he should be in category of we, but well, dog isn't in a category of we. You know, you have bad dogs, you have good dogs. Dogs are basically just tools for us. Even though they are friends, we need to distinguish them. So how do we say dog in Lingsoph? Dog is said as lish. Lish, that's how we say dog. When we say, for example, lish sigem, it means obedient. If you remember, sigem means officer. So lish sigem means obedient officer. You know, if you're of the category we, you gotta stay in line, you gotta not deviate, you got to be obedient. That's how it works. When we talk about a he-she category, for example, Berg, the worker, when we say lish Berg, it means fast worker. You know, a dog is fast. When you have a lish Berg, it means fast worker, positive, yeah. However, you know, dogs are also stinky. So if we say lish plor, plor, if you remember, means witch, it means stinky witch. Blah, 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 stinky witch. Now, let's continue. If we continue with another word, another noun, cat, which is of category also of he and she, it's pronounced as mish, okay? Mish. So, cat is of category he and she. When we talk about adjective meanings, when I say mish sigem, it means deadly officer. Officer, you know, sometimes they gotta do what they gotta do to enforce the law and order. If they are not the deadliest, the most potent of antibodies, the foreign elements, the foreign viruses, the cells would overtake the body and they would morph it. Well, they would probably destroy it. So it's just how it is. The government in a country needs to have the mandated means of enforcing its own laws. If they are not doing it, well, basically they have 2 options. They can either abolish the laws, right? Or they can cease to exist. That's just how it works. You either enforce it or you basically call it off. That's how it works. And government should have the monopoly on violence, because enforcement, what is enforcement? Enforcement is basically selected violence, and that's how it works. So when we say mish sigem, it means deadly officer. However, when we say mish berg, it means silent as a cat, silent worker. It's good to have a worker who is working and not complaining. He's silent, being part of the cock. There is nothing to be ashamed about it. We need the cock, we need the system needs us, and we should be celebrated for our efforts. The system should acknowledge our efforts, and we should acknowledge our need for the system. Now, so when I say mish berg, it means silent worker. Now, however, if you remember, cats are kind of lethargic. which means they quickly get drained and then they fall on the ground and sleep, which is for our system a hindrance. So when I say mishplor, it means lethargic, which you see these artists, you know, they are also plor. When I see these communists running about, you know, they spend whole week sleeping. That's lethargic. That's lethargic, you know. Of course, we can also get sick, etc., etc. However, we should strive for motion, opposite of lethargy, or however the noun from lethargic goes, because lethargic is an adjective. Let's continue with the third noun of today. Let's talk about mouse. Mouse is pronounced as géň. Géň. Mouse is of a category they. You know, some people like mice, which is the plural of mouse. However, mice, in nature, it's their nature to be pests. They, of course, are prey to flying beings such as eagles, hawks, etc., etc. Yet they are a pest, so they are of the they category. To us humans, when we look at it at the small picture, they basically eat grain and spread diseases in the sewers, etc., etc. So when I say géň, it's automatically category of they. So when we talk about adjectives, for example, to sigem, the category of we. When I say géň, sigem, it means nibbled. Nibbled, it means some sort of a diminished, you know, diminished officer. It's little bit like, of course, officer needs to be number one, you know, doing all his stuff, but when he makes a mistake, he can be, of course, diminished, you know, lowered in rank. It sometimes needs to happen for some people to realize that they are not omnipotent and they need to follow up the system, follow up the rules for the greater good. Now, when I say géň berg, it's a positive, right? It means a worker which is needing little worker. Yeah, those are resourceful people, handy people, which you give them, for example, a piece of plastic and they create a wheel which they require at their job site or at home to kind of furnish their house, whatever these people are the things which are keeping us and have kept us alive for centuries, thousands of years. These people are good. They are like little mice. They are useful, but they of course need to be watched over. Now, when I say géň plor, it means contagious. Contagious, which can be contagious. Their thoughts can spread like plagues, like red plagues, like Black Death. If you remember, you probably know the exact century in which it had happened. I am not a historian, so I'm going to leave it up to you. So this is all for today. These were the 3 nouns of categories. So leave a like, subscribe, and see you around. Bye.